Most people think they need to wait for their YouTube channel to blow up before they start getting sales. But what if you could get clients in your first 30 days on YouTube with 0 subscribers? I made £5,000 in my first month using my YouTube videos. So in this video, I'll show you exactly how I did it so you can do the same. So here's what actually happens when most people start on YouTube. They make videos, they'll post them, and then they wait. They wait for the algorithm to pick up and to bring them views. They wait for strangers to find them, and they wait for clients to show up. But the algorithm takes at least 6 months to figure out who your audience is. So in those first few months, you're not really getting any views or subscribers, and you're definitely not getting any sales. And by month 3, most people quit. They just think YouTube doesn't work for me, or this is taking too long. But here's the thing, YouTube does work. Most people just quit early, right before their channel takes off. So we just need to stay in the game long enough to actually win. And this was understood better than anyone by Harrison Ford. So Harrison didn't get his first major acting role until he was 31. But here's how he actually made it in Hollywood while everybody else quit. When he first moved to Hollywood to become an actor, he noticed something about all of the other actors around him. Most of them went all in on acting. They'd show up to auditions and they'd try really hard to get their big break. They had to book a role right away or they couldn't pay their rent. And eventually they ran out of money or they'd burn out and they quit. Then they'd go back to their hometown and they would just say, Hollywood is just impossible. But Harrison Ford realised something that these other actors didn't. The game wasn't about who was most talented and who would take off the quickest. It was about lasting long enough to actually win. So he did what nobody else expected. He became a carpenter. But this gave him money and security while he worked on his acting career. And while he had that security, he kept auditioning, he kept learning, and he kept getting better at his craft. He didn't have the desperation that everybody else had. He could wait for the right role, he could be patient, and he could play the long game. And at 31 years old, he got his first major role in American Graffiti, and then at 35, he became Han Solo, and the rest is history. So here's the point that I'm trying to make. Harrison didn't choose between carpentry and acting. He did both. Carpentry gave him security while he built his acting career for the future. And that's exactly what most businesses on YouTube are missing. They're going all in on the algorithm with no backup plan. So they quit before they ever make it. But you need to play 2 games at once. First is the long game, and this is what everybody knows about. This is the YouTube dream outcome. You make videos, the algorithm learns who your audience is, and over time strangers find you, they watch your content, and they buy from you. Now, that's the dream, but this takes at least 6 months to actually build, sometimes longer. Now, the short game is what most people completely miss. The short game is using your videos as your sales team right now. You don't wait for the algorithm to bring people to you. You bring your videos to people. So you start conversations with your ideal clients, and when they mention a challenge or they ask a question, that's when you share your video. This builds trust immediately, and sales are just much easier. There's no waiting for the algorithm. And this is exactly what I did when I first started. And now I'm at the stage where I'll get weekly sales calls from people who found me organically through this channel. But that took about 6 months to actually build. In those first 3 months, the algorithm was still trying to figure me out. But I wasn't just sitting waiting for it. I was playing the short game. I was sharing those videos strategically with people that I already knew how to reach. So I posted on LinkedIn, I started conversations, I sent people my videos when they asked questions. And that's how I made £5,000 in recurring revenue in my first month on YouTube. Now, as your channel starts building your audience on YouTube, it just opens up so many more opportunities. Now, I'm 9 months ahead of other people that are wanting to build this, and that's why I'm just documenting everything. So what's working and what's not. And I want to help you get started, so I've opened up my calendar for a free one-on-one strategy session. On the call, I'll answer any questions you have, and I'll help you with your YouTube strategy, so that you know that you're just doing the right things. I'm doing this because I want to speak to more people, more business owners like you, so that I can understand what you're struggling with and I can make YouTube content that actually helps you. So these calls won't be free forever. If you want to secure your spot, then you can do so from the link in the description. So let me show you exactly how to play the short game and get clients in your first 30 days on YouTube. First, let's cover the videos you need to make. There are really only 2 types of videos. So, type 1, solution videos. These are videos where you show you deeply understand your client's problem and show your solution to solving it. For example, this video you're watching right now is a solution video. I'm showing people how to get results with YouTube in 30 days so they don't quit. So whatever your industry is, you should have a clear picture of what your ideal client's biggest pain points are. Create videos that show you understand the problem and walk through your specific way of solving it. Okay, video type 2, social proof videos. These videos prove that you can actually get results for your clients. These don't need to be fancy, they can just be a video where you interview your client and walk through what you did for them and the results that you got. Your ideal client should be able to watch this and see themselves in the story. They'll see exactly how you help someone just like them solve all the problems that they have. This proves that you can actually get results for them. Now, these videos should still follow good YouTube fundamentals, so compelling thumbnails and a strong hook, because we're still playing both games. We want the algorithm to eventually pick these videos up. But at this stage, you're just creating a library of videos that you can share strategically for the short game. So now that you have these videos, how do you actually use them? Method 1 is a LinkedIn strategy. So let me show you exactly what I do. I create one YouTube video per week, and then I repurpose that content for LinkedIn. So I'll take the transcript and I'll turn it into a LinkedIn post. So it's the same ideas, they're just reformatted for LinkedIn. And I just use these posts for starting conversations. When somebody engages with the post, if they like it or comment it or react in any way, I'll message them. I'm not pitching to them, I'm just starting a conversation with someone who's already shown interest in my content. And once the conversation starts and I tell them about my business and what I do, they'll have questions. That's when I share my videos. I'll say something like, "That's a great question, I actually made a whole video about this, want me to send it over?" By the time they've watched 2 or 3 of my videos and they've seen the results that I can get, they understand exactly how I work. When it comes to the call, the sale just becomes much more straightforward. Okay, method 2, outreach. Now, this second approach is a bit more proactive. So I find people on LinkedIn that I would genuinely like to work with, people that I know I can help. So I engage with their content first. I'll like some of their posts and I'll leave some comments. And then after a few days, I'll reach out and start a real conversation. In that first message, I'll mention something from their post that really resonated with me. And then I'll let the conversation develop naturally. And when it makes sense and when they mention a challenge or ask a question, that's where I share my videos. Now, it's important to note here, I'm not cold pitching, I'm just trying to be helpful and give away valuable information. What I'm not doing is messaging people out the blue and then pitching my services right away. That just doesn't work and you'll most likely just annoy people. So I'm reaching out to people that I genuinely find interesting and would like to work with. I don't go in with the mindset of I'm going to try and sell to this person. I just think I'm going to build a connection first. And once you start this conversation, you'll inevitably start talking about your business and your services. And when they have questions about it, that's when you can share your videos. But we're not going in trying to sell to them right away. Just think about trying to build as many connections as possible. Now, even if they don't become a customer, it's not to say that they don't know 2 or 3 people that would be interested in your services. So just work on building that connection and see where it goes. Okay, method 3, any opportunity. So far, I've given you 2 methods for getting your videos in front of people using LinkedIn, but don't stop there. Send your videos at any opportunity that you get. After a networking event, when somebody is referred to you, if someone comes through your website and messages you, once the conversation starts, always send relevant videos to potential clients. This will build trust and they'll start to see you as the solution to their problem. Think of your videos as your sales team. So the short game gets you clients now. It gives you security, it proves the model works, and it keeps you motivated to keep creating content. But the short game does require effort. You have to start conversations, you have to do outreach, but the long game is the dream. It's passive, it scales, it helps your ideal clients come to you, and it's freedom. But the long game takes months to build. So the short game is your security while you wait for your channel to grow. And when your channel grows and people start finding you organically, that's when you focus on the long game. So I'm 9 months into my own YouTube channel. Some weeks are great, some weeks are frustrating, but I keep showing up because I know YouTube is a vehicle that gets me to where I want to be and helps me build the business that I want. And if you want to see exactly what I'm building and why, the 4-hour workday, the real numbers, what's working and what's not, then check out this video here. I'll break down my entire journey and show you where I am now and what I'm working towards. So make sure you check that out and I'll see you there.